Police arrested former St. Louis news anchor Angelynn Mock for killing her mother. This was in Wichita, Kansas. Records show Mock was booked into the Sedgwick County Jail for first-degree murder. Police say officers responded to the stabbing Friday night and found the victim, 80-year-old Anita Avers, in bed with multiple stab wounds. Mock was found outside the house. Avers was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead not long after. Mock also taken to the hospital for treatment before officers brought her to jail. The investigation is ongoing.
A neighbor named Alyssa Castro was sitting in her car on East Crowley Street. Then a woman appeared at her window, covered in blood, hands dripping, body soaked. "I need you to call 911. The woman took Castro's boyfriend's phone, made the call, then said something that would echo through interrogation rooms and courtrooms for years to come. "I stabbed my mother to save myself." That woman was Angelynn Mock, former television news anchor, the face thousands trusted to deliver their morning news. Award-winning journalist who'd spent over a decade telling other people's stories. Now she was a story. And her 80-year-old mother, a respected marriage and family therapist, was dead in her bed, stabbed multiple times. This is a case everyone's talking about. The one that doesn't make sense. The one where every answer leads to 10 more questions. Because when you peel back the layers of Angelynn Mock's life, you find something nobody saw coming. If you Googled Angelynn Mock a month ago, you'd find exactly what you'd expect. Success, professionalism, the American dream executed perfectly. She started in local television in 2002, just out of college, hungry, determined. Sports reporter at KLKN-TV in Lincoln, Nebraska. Then she climbed. KAAL-TV in Rochester, Minnesota. Weekend news anchor. Catcher TV in Missoula, Montana. More anchoring, more credibility. By 2011, she'd made it to a major market, KTVI Fox 2 in St. Louis. Morning anchor, prime placement. The job thousands of journalism graduates would kill for. For 4 years, Angelynn Mock was a voice of St. Louis mornings. Steady, trusted, professional. But then something shifted. In February 2015, she left television. Just walked away from a career she'd spent 13 years building. Her LinkedIn bio tells a story she wanted people to believe. Veteran broadcast journalist with 12 years' experience in television broadcasting who transitioned into sales because of the many similarities the two positions encompass. Sales, data management software, from primetime anchor to software sales. Now, career changes happen. People burn out. They pivot. They chase better money or better hours. But here's what we need to understand. That transition, that moment in 2015, matters. Because 10 years later, on Halloween morning 2025, something inside Angelynn Mock's carefully constructed life completely shattered. The question is, what were we not seeing? October 31st, 2025, 7:52 a.m., Wichita police receive a 911 call. Possible cutting. Domestic disturbance. 1500 block of East Crowley Street, South Side. Officers arrive within minutes. They find Angelynn Mock in the street. Not inside the house. In the street. Her hands are cut. Bleeding. She's taken into custody immediately. Inside the home, officers find Anita Avers, Mock's 80-year-old mother, unresponsive in her bed. Multiple stab wounds. Paramedics rush her to a nearby hospital, but at 8:26 a.m., 34 minutes after police arrive, Anita Avers is pronounced dead. Now let's pause here and talk about what witnesses saw, because this is where the story gets complicated. Neighbor Alyssa Castro gave a statement that's chilling in its detail. A woman approaches her car, covered in blood, her hands and body filled with blood, Castro said. The woman asked to call 911, takes Castro's boyfriend's phone, makes the call. Then, and this is critical, she runs back into the house. Not away from danger, back toward it. During that 911 call, according to Sedgwick County dispatchers, Mock allegedly said, "I stabbed my mother to save myself." Save herself from what? From whom? An 80-year-old therapist? This is a moment where everything we think we understand about this case starts to unravel. Let's talk about Anita Avers. Because in every crime, the victim's story matters. And Anita's story raises questions nobody's answering yet. 80 years old, marriage and family therapist. Worked at Wichita Counseling Professionals, a respected practice where people came to heal their relationships, process trauma, work through the hardest moments of their lives. Her husband confirmed her profession to local news, described her as dedicated, compassionate. She spent her career helping families stay together. And she died on Halloween morning, allegedly at the hands of her own daughter. Here's what we don't know, and what police aren't saying. Did Angelynn live with her mother? Or was this a visit? Was there a history of conflict, mental health crises, financial stress? Had Anita, the trained therapist, seen warning signs in her daughter? Or was this completely out of nowhere? Mock's self-defense claim suggests she felt threatened. But by what? An 80-year-old woman in bed? Unless there's something else. Unless there's context we're missing. Maybe Anita wasn't the frail, elderly woman we picture. Maybe there was a weapon we don't know about yet. Maybe Mock walked into a situation that escalated beyond her control. Or maybe, and this is a darker possibility, Mock's mental state had deteriorated to a point where reality itself had become distorted. Beat. Because here's the thing about family violence. It's almost never just one moment. It's a pressure cooker that's been building for years, decades even, until one morning it explodes. And the people closest to it are often the last ones to see it coming. Angelynn Mock is currently being held at Sedgwick County Jail on first-degree murder charges. Bond, $1 million. No court date set. No attorney publicly identified. No statement from Mock herself. And the police? They're saying almost nothing. The investigation is ongoing. That's it. That's the line they keep repeating. Which means we're left with fragments. Pieces of a puzzle that don't quite fit together yet. Question 1. The weapon. Police haven't confirmed what was used. A knife, presumably, given the cutting and stab wounds described. But was it recovered at the scene? Was it Anita's kitchen knife? Something Mock brought with her? Question 2. Mock's injuries. She had cuts on her hands. She was treated at a local hospital, though police won't say why or how extensive her injuries were. Defensive wounds? Self-inflicted? Struggle injuries? Question 3. The timeline. What happened in the hours before 7:52 a.m.? Was this a fight that escalated overnight? Did Mock arrive that morning and something immediately went wrong? Question 4. Motive. This is the big one. Authorities have released zero information about why this allegedly happened. Was it money? Inheritance? Mental health crisis? Years of family dysfunction finally reaching a breaking point? Question 5. The self-defense claim. Mock allegedly told dispatchers she had to save herself. From what? If Anita had a weapon, police haven't said so. If there was a physical altercation, what could an 80-year-old therapist possibly do that would require lethal force from a 47-year-old woman? Unless Mock genuinely believed she was in danger, even if she wasn't. And that's a possibility that keeps me up at night. Think about the life Angelynn Mock built. Journalism degree. 13 years on television. Trusted by thousands. The face of morning news in a major market. Then a decade in corporate sales. LinkedIn profile polished. Professional headshot. Career trajectory that looked stable, if unremarkable. And now, mugshot plastered across the same news stations where she used to work. Former colleagues reporting on her arrest. Social media dissecting her life, her choices, her family. This is a fall from grace nobody saw coming. Because here's the truth about cases like this. We want them to make sense. We want clear villains and victims. We want motive tied up in a neat bow. But real life is messier. Real life is a former journalist with cuts on her hands, standing in the street covered in blood, telling a neighbor she had to kill her mother to survive. Real life is an 80-year-old therapist who spent her career helping families, dying alone in her bed on Halloween morning. Real life is $1 million bond and a community asking, how did we not see this coming? Maybe we couldn't have. Maybe there were no signs. No Facebook post hinting at trouble. Number 911 calls in the weeks before. No neighbors reporting screaming matches or broken windows. Or maybe, just maybe, everyone saw the signs and nobody wanted to believe them. Because Angelynn Mock looked like success, sounded like stability, presented as someone who had it together. And we trust those people. Until we can't anymore. As of right now, November 2025. Angelynn Mock sits in Sedgwick County Jail awaiting trial. She hasn't been convicted. The investigation is ongoing. And the full story, the real story, hasn't been told yet. But here's what we know for certain. On Halloween morning, an 80-year-old woman died. Her daughter stands accused of killing her. And somewhere in between the life Mock built and the life she's facing now, something went catastrophically wrong. The trial will come. The evidence will be presented. Witnesses will testify. Experts will analyze. A jury will decide. But for the family of Anita Avers, for the community that watched Mock on their television for years, for everyone trying to make sense of this, the question remains: how does a respected journalist, a woman who told stories for a living, end up as a story nobody saw coming? What happens in the quiet moments of someone's life that leads to a morning like October 31st, 2025? And could anyone have stopped it? This is a developing case. As more information comes out, court proceedings, evidence, testimony, we'll continue to follow it. Because the truth matters, even when it's ugly, even when it shatters everything we thought we knew about someone. If you want to stay updated on this case and others like it, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Drop a comment with your theories. But remember, this is an active case and Mock is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.